Okay, sorry, I apologize for this being in two videos, but I got sidetracked. So here's example two. And in this example, this is you're going to do point slope form when you are given 2 points and you are not given the slope. So the first thing you have to do is you have to find the slope. And remember, finding the slope is y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. And then we just go through again, x1, y1, x2, y2. So we're going to go -3 minus, and then -6 divided by 2 minus -4. So now when you go through and do this, and the opposite of a -6 ends up being a positive. So you have -3. The opposite of -6 is +6. And then the opposite of -4, so this is 2. Opposite of -4 is +4. And then we're just going to follow those PEMDAS rules. You're going to do what's on top. You're going to do what's on bottom. So the top, -3 plus 6 is 3. The bottom, 2 plus 4 is 6. And then you reduce that to be 1/2. That's your slope. You don't necessarily have to reduce. It just will make your life easier later on when we have to get to converting to y equals mx plus b. So again, my slope is 1/2. My slope is 1/2. So I plug that in. Then I'm going to use my, here's x1, that's -4. Here is y2. Here's x1, that's -6. So again, I'm going to find my slope. I'm going to write in my points. Here's x. This should be a 2, not a 1. That's a typo. Sorry, guys. I have a little typo. So this is x1 is, x2 is 2. And then y2 is -3. And I apologize for the typo. So now what happens when you go through is we're just going to plug it in like we did before. Y. And then you're going to go minus. And we're always going to go minus the y1. So the y1 is -6. So we put that in. Equals. And then my slope was 1/2. So I just plugged in my slope. And then you're going to go x minus. And then whatever this one is, which is -4. And then we clean it up a little bit. So we go through and we clean this up. So we get y, the opposite of, so the opposite of -6 is +6. And you can skip this step because you're Algebra 2 students, so you can probably skip this and say, oh, well, the opposite of -6 is +6. So you could just automatically do that, and I'm fine with that. I'm just showing you so you guys can see it. Is 1/2 and then x. And again, the opposite of -4 is +4. And then that's going to be your point slope form. So this will work for when you have point slope. And it will also, and then we're going to do it for the second point. You're still going to plug in your numbers. So y minus is equal to 1/2 because that's your slope. X minus. So then I plug in my numbers. So my numbers in this case are going to be that this is going to be, oops. So my x value is +2. So I put x with the x. Notice the x goes with the x. I should have told you that earlier, but that's really good. And then the y, the -3, goes with the y. So then when you have this and we go through and we put this stuff in, then when we do this, this will be y. The opposite of -3 is +3. And then this is equal to 1/2 x. And then you're still going to have the opposite of +2 is -2. And then that's going to be your point slope. So this is point slope when I don't give you the slope. And it doesn't matter. You don't have to put both of these. You just put one of them in.